Love when the man falls first. It's not always the women, you know. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new here. Today, let's talk about romance. In my last video, we spoke about horror books, but let's tone it down and let's talk some romance. These books are some of my favourite romance books I've read. I haven't read that many. I have some I didn't like and DNF'd, but these have my heart. These are the reason I am now a romance reader. I would like to share them with you if you were someone who only read one genre and didn't really go out into the world of books to explore those genres. Romance. This is where you're going to start. I think this would be my recommendations of where to start in romance if you are just dipping your toe into it. So first off, let's talk about my girl Ali Hazelwood. She is the reason I am a romance reader. So I first picked up The Love Hypothesis, which loved the colour scheme on this, bit of pink, bit of blue, and then I have read Love on the Brain. Love a cartoon cover and just look how cute they are together. But yeah, let's start with Love Hypothesis. So Hazelwood writes contemporary romance about women in STEM and like academia, which I love. All the power to the women in STEM, because from what I gather it's a male dominated career job. So all these girlies in these books are powerful, strong, smart women. We follow Olive Smith, who is a PhD candidate, and like any scientist, she needs proof that love does really exist. Her friend believes it does, so being a scientist, she jumps and kisses the first guy she sees, and that is Adam Carlson, my first book boyfriend, my first love in a book. These books are filled with spicy, steamy, gonna make you blush scenes, just really cute and really quick to read. The same with Love on the Brain. So Love on the Brain follows Levi and Marie. It's an enemies to lovers, very steamy, very fast paced, and I believe Marie is a engineer. It's been a while since I've read these two, but I think these are a great starting point for your romance journey. Like I said, they are spicy. They've got the smutty scenes, which we all love, but if you don't want to read about that in your books, that's fine, but these probably won't be your starting point, and all the rest of these probably won't be your starting point either, because I like spice and I like smut, and I'm not ashamed. I felt like Rachel Green saying that when she's talking about her book in Friends to Joey. If you get the reference, you understand. Another series that I have mentioned previously on this channel is the Rebel Blue Ranch series. So I've got Done and Dusted and I have got Swift and Saddled. I do feel like I've spoke about these quite in depth, but obviously the cowboy romances. So Done and Dusted is your very much enemies to lovers trope, so very hot. Luke Brooks will always be on my mind whenever I hear whiskey. If you've read it, you'll understand, but if you're going to read it, just look out for something to do with whiskey. Anyway, moving on to the second one, which was Swift and Saddled. This is He Falls First, and would you say it's Grumpy Sunshine? I don't think so, but he fell first, and we all love that, don't we? We all love when the man falls first. It's not always the women, you know. Sometimes men fall first. But also, I just want to point out, with all these romance books, the cartoon covers, the most beautiful covers on all of these books. Now, if you're not wanting to jump straight into a series, I have 2 books here, which one of them is part of a series, actually, so scrap that. I've got 1 book here that isn't part of a series. This is Bride, which is also Ali Hazelwood, but she's gone down more of a supernatural route with this one. We've got a alpha wolf and a vampire, and it's Marriage of Convenience. This one is just really fun, really quick paced. Any romance is quick paced. It's never really slow when the romance is romancing and kicking in. It has had very mixed reviews though, where I loved it, but quite a few of my friends on BookTok didn't like it. So this one's a mixed bag, but I feel like it stayed very true to Ali Hazelwood's writing style, and I just really loved it. I obviously love a supernatural element in a book. There was some really weird, questionable parts, but you know, I got past those and I really enjoyed it. We all like an alpha wolf. And lastly, I've got Filthy Rich Vampire. This is a 5-book series, but it's very quick. Like, you could maybe read this in a day. I didn't, but I can see how you definitely could. It is filled with spice, so keep that in mind. But again, we've got a vampire. Does he fall first? He falls first. He falls first, and it's with a human. Now, the vampire is Julian Rosenau. I think that's how you pronounce it. And he's one of the wealthiest vampires. And it's social season, where he has to find someone to marry. And I think that's preferably a vampire. But instead he bumps into a cellist? I don't know how you say that word, but he bumps into a cellist called Thea, and he just knows he's gonna fall in love with this girl, and you follow their blossoming relationship and all the trials and hardships of him falling in love with a human, and how the vampires in his family, I'm not a fan of that one. They were my very quick, rapid romance recommendations. I don't really know how to explain them other than they're cute, they're spicy, they're fun and fast-paced. But that's all I'm looking for in a romance book, and also an animated cover just sucks me straight in, especially if it's pink or blue. But I hope you enjoyed these recommendations anyway, and let me know if any took your fancy, if I explained them correctly. If not, just look them up on Goodreads and you'll get a brilliant description of each of these books. But anyway, thank you for watching, a like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.